For my intercultural experience, I was able to learn more about Venezuela from one of the country's own natives. I went to a restaurant in Weston, Florida known as El Arepaso with my neighbor Maria and her daughter Mariana. Maria was born in Venezuela and has been living in America a little over a decade, so I was hopeful to learn more about the country. When I first got to the restaurant, I was interested to see if there were any similarities between Venezuelan food and Cuban food, seeing as that is where my family is from. To my surprise, the food did not have a lot in common, which allowed me to grow in global engagement. Also, I'm not very close to my neighbor, so I was not sure how to greet her and what conversation would be considered appropriate. For dinner, I ordered an arepa de pelua, otherwise known as corn pancakes with shredded beef and cheese, as well as tostones, which are fried plantains with shredded beef, cheese, onions, and a special pink sauce. Maria told me that in Venezuela, the pink sauce is called salsa rosada. Next, I got to learn about power distance. In Venezuela, there is a high power distance between power and the people and adults and children. Overall, in order to be considered a competent intercultural communicator, one must be perceived as such, be effective, and appropriate. I was perceived as such because although I am not Venezuelan and do not know much about the culture, I was able to share messages with Maria, and I was motivated to prove to her that I wanted to boost my knowledge. Also, I was effective and appropriate because I was able to analyze Maria's stories, the restaurant, and my own intentions when deciding how best to proceed as what would be considered an appropriate conversation. With the help of the delicious dinner, restaurant, and Maria, the experience helped me in improving and becoming a more competent intercultural communicator because I learned what amount of respect and empathy is expected when talking to someone older than you in Venezuela, and it helped me to improve my interaction posture because I didn't want to say or perform any messages that may offend Maria. Lastly, I grew a lot from this experience because I now possess just enough knowledge about Venezuela to act successfully and in a manner that is necessary to have an appropriate conversation with someone from Venezuela.